Hello and welcome back to Wrongmar. Today we're taking one final look at pictograms to solve the final piece in the puzzle. Our Walt for today is to understand and use pictograms that use half symbols. But first, let's do our warm-up. I'm going to show you 3 numbers. I want you to figure out which one of the 3 numbers is the odd one out, and give me one reason why. Are you ready? Okay, here are your numbers. 15, 56, and 22. Pause the video and write down which number is the odd one out and why you think that. Well, really, there is no wrong answer. All of these could be the odd number out in the pattern you chose. So you might have said 22 is the odd one out because it's the only one that has the same digit twice. Or you might have said that 15 is the odd one out because it's the only one that's smaller than 20. Any one of them could have been the odd one out, as long as you figured out a rule for the other 2. Okay, let's jump back into pictograms for the last time. Here is a blank pictogram for you to fill in. Make sure that you check the scale at the bottom of the pictogram, so each symbol in this case is worth 2. Pause the video and complete the pictogram using the information on the table. Well, hopefully all of you were able to fill in the sunny weather, the cloudy weather, the windy weather, and the snowy weather, because we did them in the last lesson. However, rainy weather is a bit tricky on this one. We can't count up in 2s up to 9. So, what do? We have to use each symbol is equal to 2. So how are we supposed to show this odd number? Well, all we do is draw half a symbol. Because 1 symbol is equal to 2, half a symbol is going to be equal to 1. So we fill in the rainy day like this. 2, 4, 6, 8, and a half symbol brings us up to 9. Now that you know you're allowed to use half symbols, are you able to fill in this new pictogram here? This pictogram shows how many different TV shows these people have watched in the last year. Remember, you can show 1 on this pictogram by drawing a half symbol. Pause the video and give this a try. Well, did you get a pictogram that looked like this? Do you see how we did that? We counted up in 2s as far as we could get. And when we needed the extra 1, we used a half symbol. Because our scale in this pictogram is 2. Half of 2 is 1. Okay, let's try it the other way around. This time, I've already filled in the pictogram for you using some half symbols. Now be careful. Look down at the scale on this pictogram. Each symbol is worth 10. If each symbol is worth 10, what do you think a half symbol is going to be worth? That's right, it's 5, because half of 10 is 5. Can you fill in the table using the pictogram on screen? Pause the video and give it a try. So when you filled in that table, here is what you should have. Each dot is worth 10, each half dot is worth 5. So main dinner is 55, vegetarian 15, potato is 30, and a packed lunch is 40. Okay, now that you understand half symbols a little bit better, we're going to do a few practice questions. I'm going to show you either a pictogram or a tally chart. Then I'm going to ask you a question about it. You need to look at the data, use everything that you've learned over the last few lessons, and figure out the answer. Are you ready? Okay, question 1. There are 2 mistakes on this pictogram. The tally chart is perfect. You don't need to worry about that. Can you spot the two mistakes? I'll give you a clue. It's something to do with half symbols not being used properly. Pause the video and see if you can figure out what the two mistakes are. Okay, so our first mistake was in the chocolate column of the pictogram. The scale says each symbol is worth 2, but I drew 5 chocolate blobs. That would be equal to 10 chocolates on the tally, so that's incorrect. Instead, it should be like this. 2, 4.5 brings me up to 5 votes. And the second mistake? Well, that is in the strawberry column. It's only meant to show that 9 strawberry ice creams were sold, but I've accidentally drawn in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 strawberry votes. So I need to change that by making a half symbol. 2, 4, 6, 8. And a half symbol brings me up to 9. Next question. Oh no, these two are arguing. On the left side there, Jason thinks one thing, and Juliet on the other side thinks a totally different thing when they're trying to read this chart. See which one of the two you agree with. So Jason, on the left side, he thinks that there were 3 mint ice creams sold. Juliet, on the right side, she thinks that there were 6 mint ice creams sold. Pause the video and write down which one of the two you agree with. Jason with 3 or Juliet with 6 mint ice creams. Well, the answer, of course, is Juliet is correct. There were 6 mint ice creams sold because the scale is 2 on this pictogram. So it's 2, 4, 6 ice creams sold. Oh no, they're still at it. Jason thinks that there were more chocolate ice creams sold than strawberry ice creams. But Juliet is saying that there was the same amount of chocolate and strawberry sold. Who do you agree with? Pause the video and write down an answer. Jason with chocolate has more, or Juliet with chocolate and strawberry were both the same. Well, this time around, Jason is absolutely correct. Chocolate had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and a half is 11. And strawberry only had 2, 4, 6, 8, and a half is 9. So Jason is correct this time around. The final argument between Jason and Juliet. This time, Juliet says there was 1.5 extra chocolate ice cream sold than mint. However, Jason says no, there was actually 5 extra chocolate ice cream sold than mint. Who do you agree with? Jason with 5 extra chocolate, or Juliet with 1.5 extra chocolate sold than mint? Pause the video and write down your answer. Well, in this final argument, Jason is absolutely correct. Chocolate sold 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and a half as 11. And mint only sold 2, 4, 6. 11 take away 6 is 5. So Jason is correct. Now, using scaled pictograms and half symbols together is as difficult as it gets for pictograms. So if you are able to do both of those things together, you are now a pictogram expert. Our Walt for today was to understand and use pictograms that used a half symbol. If you can do that now, you are ready to try the practice activities down below. If you need to watch the video again, that is totally understandable because that was a tricky topic today. Go back and watch the parts that you need to. That's all we have time for today. Until next time, take care.